Hello and welcome to my fanatics out there. Today we're going to be going over the first box opening of the 7th, the 4th set from Saga Cluster. When this set came out, it even inspired me to make original Fallen Angel tokens that our team produced with fully commissioned artwork and set up. Of course, these are not just glued on to other cards, these are full prints on cardstock themselves, nice and foiled out. Without further ado, let's jump on into this box opening. And of course, with how new I am to this, there won't be cuts. The production value here is, it's going to go as I go. All slip-ups and everything are going to be kept in. My goal with this set here opening is between these three boxes here, the three boxes here, to obtain a full playset of the 7th. That means 1 of each ruler and 4 of each other card. Here we got our buy a box promo of Electo, the Unstoppable Fury. Probably not going to come off the ban list anytime soon. So let's go ahead and crack on into this first pack. Let's see if we have that same kind of luck that we had with the Decisive Battle for Valhalla and get that God pack right off the start. Does not look like it. But we do have a Castle of Belial to start us off. The Castle of Beatrix. Beatrix's Curse. Fallen Angel of the Mark. Fallen Angel of Dusk. Cradle of the Silent Earth. We got a Brad Masked Magician as our super rare. Then we got a full art Gravekeeper of the Demonic Worlds, classic Waterstone, and Lifelink counter. One thing that's great about Gravekeeper of the Demonic Worlds is that it works with a lot of the support from this set, but also you can run it in ABC format and run it with Mikage Sejiro as a ruler. So just keep putting counters onto it, and that way you just keep healing more and more and producing more and more zombie tokens every turn. Ultimately a really fun combo that I did have one of my team members run in the events at FalFest. 2 good results. These boxes currently are going for about $50 on TCG Player. And to start this one off, we got Mimicking Beast, Castle of Astema, Prideful Mage, Table Manners, Swarming Cthulhu's, whose Selective Decapitation, probably one of the best normals to come out of this set, and was used in many infinite combos as its ability to draw. Wolfgang the Prince of Amadeus as a super rare, and Phantasmal End as our foil. Ultimately a decent draw card, but never saw any play. Hitting a good bit of supers though right off the bat. These 3 boxes only set me back about 150 together. So let's see if we can pull that much out of all of them together. We're looking for about an average of $50 a piece. Demon of Explosions, Prideful Fire, revealing the power of Salvation, Starving Dragon, Cradle of Scorching Heat, Astema's Wrath, a 5th Boon Lightning Bolt Bow, and a second the 5th Boon Lightning Bolt Bow. Always looking better in the foil. And then of course we have their version of Fallen Angel tokens, which of course I prefer mine. That's because I had them ordered. But of course that's for you to decide which format and what artwork you think actually works best for them. Moving on. Okay, we got Castle of Astema, Prideful Mage again, Table Manners again, Belial's Hymn, one of the best token buff cards. I actually run this in my elf token ABC deck to make sure to get that nice 4/4 buff onto my field and replace it with a draw. Castle of Carlina. Selected Decapitation again. Ooh, a Charlotte Inheritor of the 7th power. Ultimately a really good quick cast flyer with barrier. And then you can also discount her for any God's Arts used. Like if you're going up against someone with Moon Children, this can always be a fun way to mess with them, to cheat this on out a little easier, and as well as have the ability to play 1-drop Light Chance from your sideboard. A foil Cradle of Scorching Heat. The Cradles never really saw too much play. Yeah, they were more of just a gimmick about destroying your own stuff for effects, which didn't really work out too well. Okay, ooh, Attendant of Asmodeus starting this pack off. One of the best will-producing normals, as well as addition hate. So when you can play this in ABC format and cheat in recovering 3 stones, which is always beneficial, so you +1 on will production with this. Prideful Fire, Prideful Mermaid, Flames of Oblivion, A Voice from the Void, Astema's Wrath, 3rd boon Persona, the Magic Mask, Castle of Beatrix, and then we have their Light Angel tokens. The real cards you're looking for out of this set are like Garyon, and the Rulers. So we got Belial's Favor, a really good draw card in token decks. Reveal the Power of Salvation, Invisible Terror, Raging Ogre, Cradle of Crippling Despair, Pointy Hat's Camouflage, Avatar of the Will of Amadeus, Fallen Angel of Black Tears. This card did recently get better with the speculation now that activate abilities from hand will now be considered inheritance effects, which is personally one of my favorite things due to inheritance being the gimmick of my favorite ruler the game has produced. Okay, we got Castle of Amadeus, Cradle of Fleeting Hope, Starving Dragon, Guide to the Center of Demonic Worlds, Imaginary Dagon, Black Rain. Ooh, we got a Violet, the Flame of Providence Distortion as a super rare. They're always a good, fun card to run in your Violet decks to allow you to discard items from your hand to get bonus effects. Sadly, Violet hasn't seen much play in quite a few years, and with the nerfs to other cards that helped facilitate her engine, odds are she won't see any play anytime soon. We got Hand of the Void, Phantasmal Friend, Cradle of Biting Frost, Wall of Terror. Easily one of the more popular cards from this set, as with its ability to just give things barrier, and if you have no cards in your hand, which you can easily facilitate with its effects, it gains 4/4 barrier and Bane, making it really good for blocking. Belial's Messenger, the Graveyard of Amadeus. We got Imaginary Satan Magic Crystal. So as long as you have an Astral Ruler, you have the ability to tap this for any will, which this goes well with the Dante combo that is also in this. And we got a full art Violet Flame of Providence Distortion. And we've got the Astema Will coin here. Maybe that's telling something. Maybe we're actually going to hit a nice Astema in here with any luck. We got Belial's Favor, Invisible Terror, Hand of the Void, Cradle of Fleeting Hope, Pointy Hat's Camouflage, Voice from the Void. We got a Faria, Igniter of Holy Fire. Always a fun card. Ooh, full art Wall of Terror and life point counter. Sadly, with a lot of the Fallen Angels from this set being banned, Then the set has lost a lot of its value, but there are still good tech cards in here. Raging Ogre, Flames of Oblivion, the Guide, the Center of Demonic Worlds, Castle of Amadeus, Belial's Messenger, Fallen Angel of Dusk, Envious Dragon as our rare, and we got a fourth boon, Last Regrets, Black Tears. A really good destroyed Darkness J ruler. Players cannot chase to this, which is always good. Can't chase to this is one of the best effects in the game, as well as its ability to trigger fallen effects on cards that you have, which became better now that fallen's much harder to obtain. We got Fallen Angel of the Mark, Castle of Belial, just messing with the lighting there a little bit, Beatrix's Curse, Wall of Terror, her Imaginary Dagon, Cradle of Silent Earth, First Boon Excalibur, Full Art Castle of Carlina. Always great to see. Carlina's ability to let you play extra will per turn is always a little cheeky. We got Table Manners, Castle of Astema, Castle of Beatrix, Prideful Mage, Black Rain, Swarming Cthulhus. We got our first Gary! Gary's ability to be a great hand trap with two different effects to it. And when he hits the field, he's a crazy big beater with swiftness, precision, and flying. As well as he restricts your opponent so that they must only pay cards that cost more than one. Any one drop is just unable to be played. It's easily one of the bigger hits from this box that people look for. It did just recently get reprinted, but the original printings are always so nice to have. We also got the Full Art Prideful Fire here. A good last-ditch recovery card if you got your own health pretty low. Sadly, the new reprints of Garyon are non-foils. So the non-foil one won't have as much value, but if we can pull one of the full arts, that card is definitely a crazy hit for this box. So, a third of the way done. We haven't really burned too many of our full art super rares. So we still have, I believe, another 3 we can find in here. And the Garon was our first Marvel rare. So we're still guaranteed at least 2 more Marvel rares in this box. 1 more non-foil, 1 full art. So let's see what we can hit. Starving Dragon. Guide to the Center of Demonic Worlds. Hand of the Void. Phantasmal Fiend. Fallen Angel of Dusk. Pointy Hat's Camouflage. Asmodeus' Enchantment, which even to this day is seeing play in niche decks. A lot in ABC, where it allows you to steal cards from your opponent's graveyard and put them for the turn. Ooh, we got Fallen Angel of the Mark in full art. Not the greatest card in the set, but the full art does look very nice to it. Of course, there's more bulk life point counters. So glad that they finally did away with those in the most recent set. They really do just accumulate as a bunch of fodder cards that no one really uses. Let's go ahead and crack on here. Another Belial's Hymn. Prideful Mermaid. Gatekeeper of Demonic Worlds. Asmodeus' Attendant. So far, 3 out of 4 cards doing pretty good. Castle of Carlina. Cradle of Crippling Despair. We got a Marching of the Dead. A really good just ability to flood on tokens onto the field. And our first ruler, we hit Amadeus. Or Asmodeus, however you really want to pronounce that. Okay. Yeah. So a big gimmick with this set is that on their ruler side, they have deck building constraints and the tag. This was the second set that really came out with tag. The first being the Magic Stone War we have down here. With this set of tag, it was for only Fallen Angels, and each one had different deck constraints. For Asmodeus, you had to have a 60 card deck when you started the game, and you could not have him in your side deck. His ability allowed you to banish entities you controlled, which was supposed to be mainly used with the Cradles. And it allowed you to put 4 1/1 counters onto this card. He also has the God's Art to allow you to remove the top 7 cards of your deck, and for each different Resonator, for each different card among those, you were able to put that many 1/1 counters onto J Resonators you control. This saw a lot of play in singleton decks. This can also still see play with the Olympians, as well a lot in ABC rulers with anyone running Darkness, because you are already running a 60 card deck and it's already singleton. So Asmodeus, definitely one of the best rulers that has survived the ban list from this set. We got Beatrix's Curse, another Fallen Angel of the Mark, another Mimicking Beast, Swarming Cthulhu, Cradle of Silent Earth, the Graveyard of Asmodeus, Belial's Rule. We got the nice full art Attendant of Asmodeus. I remember this actually back in the day being a bit expensive. I have not looked up the price, but definitely going to put that into the appraised pile. I can expect that to be anywhere from $3 to $5, just with how prevalent it still can be for any wind deck. We got a Raging Ogre, Castle of Amadeus, Cradle of Fleeting Hope, Starving Dragon, Pointy Hat's Camouflage, Imaginary Dagon, Prideful Rule, one of my favorite removal spells from this set. Just lets you destroy things and get tokens. And we got an Angel of False Life. Full art. Angel of False Life, to this day, I occasionally run in a light or dark deck. It does see good play in ABC format, which a lot of these cards do, because they're just okay and good enough to be ran. With the whole gimmick with Fallen Angel of False Life is that she's cheaper the lower on life you are, as well as if you have fallen. So if you've used a God's Art of this turn, you do get to deal 1,000 and gain 1,000. So far, it looks like we're almost halfway through this section. Belial's Hymn, Cradle of Biting Frost, Mimicry Beast, Gravekeeper of Demonic Worlds, Graveyard of Amadeus, Castle of Carlina, Corpse Eater Dragon, our first one of these we've seen today. And we got that nice, beautiful, full art Prideful Rule. We got our nice High God token here. The High God token is meant to go with Eternal Barrier. When this leaves the field, you lose the game. It's meant to be the Satan token. I did, of course, have my own version of this commissioned. So, you got their reused artwork of Loki versus this one that I had commissioned. Both have the text on there. And of course on mine it indicates that the background and Satan were both done by 2 different artists through this commission process. So, of course you get to be the judges on which token you think actually did the job better. I have my opinions. Okay, so we got Phantasmal Fiend, Demon of Explosions, another Attendant of Amadeus. I think we almost have our full playset of those. Just the first box. Prideful Fire, Cradle of Scorching Heat, Astema's Wrath, 7th Boon, Holy Spear, Amadeus. This one allows you to cancel God's Arts. One of the only cards in the game that allows you to cancel God's Arts. specifically. Otherwise, you have to use cards that cancel activate abilities, which there are not that many of. We did just get a new one that came out in the last set, so I think we have a total of 4. But for 1 drop in a white deck, this also destroys all tokens. This can mostly see play in sideboards, but is always still a good card. Nice full art Prideful Mermaid. And more life point counters. Okay. And hey, right away another Prideful Mermaid. Flames of Oblivion. Belial's Favor, revealing the power of salvation. Selective Decapitation. Black Rain. Chorus of the Fallen Angels. This is a really good card. Also one that has Remnant. So it allows you to play it out of the graveyard. So you can play it for 1 light and then proceed to play it for 1 light, 1 black from the graveyard. And if you played it for the graveyard, you can put 2 tokens into the field instead of just the 1. So for 3 will, you get 3 4/4s. Not the best, but for token generation, it is pretty good. Especially with Quick Cast, you can do this to the end of your opponent's turn, so you're not wasting any will that you've accumulated. And you have them ready to attack on your turn. We got Carlina's Hunting. A decent super rare to find. We got Invisible Terror, Raging Ogre, Castle of Asmodeus. We got Cradle of Fleeting Hope, A Voice from the Void, Imaginary Dagon. We got Mermaid of the Despairing Voice. Overall, mermaids throughout all the different sets where they've accumulated support, I don't think it actually got too much support from this set. Banquet Demon full art. Always a beautiful full art to find. As Banquet Demon here is used in a lot of OTKs with Odin. Using Artillerist to throw him. So, definitely a fun card to find. Due to its high cost. We got Prideful Mermaid again, Gravekeeper, Attendant, Demon of Explosions, Black Rain, A Voice from the Void. We got the Gates at the center of Demonic World. This card just makes it so each player discards cards at the beginning of each main phase. So, fun card to use. Ooh, beautiful full art Tisiphone. One of my favorite cards from this set. Tisiphone's 2 hard black. She has Pierce. As she's entering the field, you choose a number equal to 3,000 or less. That is multiplied by 30, by 100. Her attack and defense become the number you chose. And then she deals damage to you equal to her attack. Different ways to get around this card are like Intimidation, to where no Resonator deals damage for the turn for 1 light. You have cards. Then you have other cards that utilize these rulers like Nyarlathotep that redirect damage at your opponent. You can also order her to have increased damage. But cards like Tisiphone also have the ability to evade stat debuffs. So say my opponent put -800, -800 onto my board for my turn. If I go ahead and play Tisiphone, I can get around that because of her wording is that she becomes that number. Thus, she's time-stamped to the negative not applying. So technically she would enter the field at -800, -800, but because her ruling is time stamped to where she becomes whatever you declared, she just becomes that number, avoiding the negative. It's not that she gains that much attack or defense, it's that she becomes. It's that. Thus making cards like this very valuable to know for a rules standpoint, and overall to help your education of the game. Moving on here. Prideful Fire, revealing the power of salvation. Starving Dragon, Belial's Favor. Astema's Wrath, Pointy Hat's Camouflage. The Giant Pig, one of the few cards that allows you to recover a ruler. This one just has the pseudo inheritance effect of discarding it for 1 wind, and you can recover your ruler. This gets to play in with the fact that you can't judgment a rested ruler, and you can't call stone with a J ruler the turn it enters the field. So you could call stone, tap that stone for 1 wind, recover the ruler, and then judgment. Yes, you're doing an extra step, but now you don't go down a card on that, down a stone on that turn. And you have a 12/12 beast into your graveyard. We got Mermaid of Despairing Voice. He's a nice full art for it. Not all the super rares or rares in the set really have good staying power in terms of the game, but a lot of the other rare, but then again, a lot of them do have good staple value. Invisible Terror, Hand of the Void, Cradle of Fleeting Hope, Raging Ogre, Cradle of Silent Earth, Cradle of Scorching Heat, Astema's Fury as a non-foil super rare. It's a good discard card, but then again, you can also revive any Resonators discarded this way. If you have Fallen for the turn, which is a way to incentivize your opponent to get rid of chance and additions out of their hand, leaving Resonators that they may not be able to play right away. We got an Imaginary Dagon full art, and we got a 1/1 Cthulhu token. I never got around to making 1/1 Cthulhu tokens. That is something we can do. Our team did just launch the new 7 Kings tokens, but we also have fairies, dinosaurs, fire, resonator humans, all in the works. We currently have the first editions of those waiting for the full review to go through, see how we like them and how they feel. If we like them, we'll go ahead and post them up for sale in the coming weeks. We got Flame of Oblivion, Guide to the Center of Demonic Worlds, Cradle of Asmodeus, Cradle of the Mark, Fallen Angel of the Mark, Cradle of Crippling Despair, Imaginary Dagon, Fallen Angel of the Chasm. Another one of the better cards from this set, as when you play it, it removes itself from the game, so it just gets sit there out of game, and when you go to play it again from out of game, you don't have to pay its cost, and its effect gives all other Fallen Angels swiftness and barrier. This works with cards like Terminus to do FTKs. Due to Terminus's instant kill effect if you tap 3 Demonic Worlds. It's from the set before this. And we have a nice full art Astema's Fury, and you can really see that scythe in all of its glory there. One of the better looking full arts of this set. Okay. Moving on to our last 12 packs. Let's open these up. We're grabbing that last one first. We're still looking for a full art Marvel rare and a ruler. So we got Starving Dragon, Belial's Favor, Invisible Terror, Hand of the Void, Astema's Wrath, Pointy Hat's Camouflage, Archeon, the River of the Dead, another one of those nice demonic worlds. This one allows you to destroy resonators that your opponent has attacking you, unless they pay X, where X is the number of demonic worlds you control. So no matter what, They have to pay 1 at least with this on the card. We got a nice full art Black Rain. Belial's Favor life point token. Okay. Flame of Oblivion. Belial's Favor. Revealing the power of salvation. We got Invisible Terror. Astema's Wrath. Cradle of Crippling Despair. There we go. We got a nice Virgilus. Virgilus does see some play in ABC format with Dante as the ruler, because you can just search it out immediately, and then Dante on it also has the ability to negate graveyards. So just a little bit extra support there, as well as Virgilus is banned in New Frontiers and in Wanderer, but Virgilus has the ability in ABC to just burn your opponent, destroy their entire board, or just overall making him a very fun choice to play, as he can be a 10/10 for free if you just make one of your J rulers that you have on the field astral. And some rulers do have very small costs to judgment, making him a very versatile and fun card. And that's our second Marvel Rare. We're just now going to be looking for that full art Marvel Rare. If we can get another Virgilus or Garyon out of these last 10 packs, that would be amazing. We got a full art Demon of Explosions. No real texture to this one. It's really matte, but it is just a normal. Okay, so we're looking for that last full art Marvel Rare and that last ruler. So we got Cradle of Biting Frost, Wall of Terror, Castle of Belial, Castle of Beatrix, Belial's Messenger, Cradle of Crippling Despair, Sky Ruler of the Demonic World. Ooh, there's our full art Marvel Rare with that full art beautiful Virgilus, right as we just saw the last one. No. The Rebel Against Satan. No. I think last I looked up these, they were about 10 to 15 a piece. I don't know what they currently are going for, but still a crazy pull to find here. And of course, just basic zombie tokens behind that. Not my favorite iteration of zombie tokens. I prefer mine. I will definitely be showing those off in a later video. Okay, so the last big hit we are looking for here is going to be either a God Pack or the Ruler. So we got Guide to the Center of Demonic Worlds, Hand of the Void, Phantasmal Friend, Cradle of Biting Frost, Black Rain, Belial's Messenger. There's a nice super rare Electo, still banned. Never really had too much value to it due to the fact that it was the buy a box promo, and we're going to be getting at least 3 of them here altogether. Still, very good card. Was fun when it was still in the game. Good for discarding, drawing. Just overall good fun card. Raging Ogre full art. This one never really did too much for me. But overall the color scheme and the way it looks is always nice. I just don't think it really ever found its niche in the metagame. Okay, we got an Attendant of Asmodeus here to start us off. Demon of Explosions, Prideful Fire, Revealing the Power of Salvation, Cradle, Crippling Despair, Cradle of Scorching Heat, and Asmodeus' Demon. Another one of those cards I put into black ABC decks that utilize both Asmodeus and any other good way to produce counters. When it enters, you reveal the top 2 cards of your deck from the game. Put 2 1/1 counters on it for each Resonator removed this way. So you can already start it off as a 6/6 for 1 black. But you can also remove a +1 counter, and your opponent loses 100, and you gain 100 life. So you could play it, attack with it on your next turn to deal 6, and then remove those 4 counters. Your opponent loses 400, so they lost 1,000 to it, and you gained 400. Overall, a really nice 1-drop rare. I do have people run this due to when you do combo that with Asmodeus, you get your 2/2 that then goes up by 7 to 9/9. It hits for 9, then you get to hit them for 7 more. So you get 16 damage on a 1-drop. Not to mention any other Resonators you had on the field that also gained from Asmodeus's 1/1 counters. Make it overall a really good 1-drop to be running in your ABC Black decks that are making good use of their rulers. We got Full Art Carlina's Storm, rare. This is just a 4-mana cancel spell, which is the main reason it never saw any play. Some cards are just too expensive to really see good play in their formats, which is a shame. Okay, we got the Demon of Explosions, Asmodeus' Attendant of Asmodeus, Prideful Fire, Prideful Mermaid, Castle of Carlina. We got a Voice from the Void, an Ethereal Bloodstone, a nice black stone here, a nice stone that produces darkness. You can then banish it to play God's Art's ability of Fallen Angel Rulers that you already played an additional time. This card definitely saw a lot of value back in the day with refreshing God's Arts, especially with like Belial's. So you would refresh Belial's God's Art, use another God's Art to gain Fallen, so that unlocks Belial's God's Art so that you can then use his God's Art to not lose the game. Fun card combo there. Cradle of Silent Earth. A nice one that when you destroyed it, you just gained will. So it paid for itself and let you draw a card. Nice little tutoring there. Well, cycling itself. Just destroying it was the big issue. Castle of Belial. Beatrix's Curse. Wall of Terror. Table Manners. Graveyard of Amadeus. Swarming Cthulhu. Demon of Pride and Greed. We got a nice full art Tears of Corruption. Really nice card just to help you stay alive by reducing something's attack to 0. And letting you draw, so it just replaces itself in your hand. Never sees too much value, but it is a decent sideboard card if you're going up against someone very aggro that wants to swing out a lot. Although if you're running light, you can always just run Intimidation instead. And that way it's all Resonators, not just that one. Cradle of Biting Frost, the Mimicking Beast, Gravekeeper, Phantasmal Fiend, Selective Decapitation, Cradle of Scorching Heat. We got a nice non-foil Banquet Demon. So we're halfway done to our Banquet Demon playset here, just in the first box. And there's our nice Astema. Oh, and life point counters. Who cares about those? So with Astema, her whole gimmick was that you cannot win the game and your opponent cannot lose the game. So your goal would be to have played Astema and then either removed her effects or made her astral and then replace her with Satan. But when you flip her, you still cannot win the game, your opponent cannot lose the game, but she has Precision, Flying, First Strike, and Bane. And whenever an entity you control is put into a graveyard from the field, you can then produce a Fire and a Darkness, or draw 2 cards. So she'd let you just keep going and going. And when you combine that with cards like Amadeus, and you can just tap him to destroy, say, your Cradle of Wind, when it leaves the field, then you get to produce 1 of any attribute, and then she's going to let you produce a Fire and a Darkness. Now you just got 3 will and a draw off of 1 card. And when when Astema enters the field, you also get to destroy up to 2 target Resonators your opponent controls. Just good removal. Her God's Art allows you to search your deck for a card named Inferno and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Inferno gives you 3 options to play. Either your opponent matches your hand size, matches the amount of J Resonators you have on the field, or they match their life to yours. So if you're behind, it's a really good card to let you get back into the game. Astema is probably my second favorite ruler out of this set. So we got 4 packs here. These are more. We know for a fact these are now duds, but we're going for a full play set of this set. There are 4 foils in here, and so let's keep going and seeing which ones we're going to get. Here's everything we got. Okay, for our super, we got another 4th boon, Last Regrets, Black Tears. So that's gonna put us at 2 of these so far. And we got a nice foil Voice from the Void. We got the Beatrix life counter. Okay. We have 3 boxes here, and we are looking for a full play set of everything. So and we only get 2 rulers per. There are 5 rulers to hunt down. No, so we're gonna be looking pretty hard here. We're hoping to only pull 1 double for rulers. For our rare slot here, we got the Amadeus Holy Crystal, which sees a lot of play these days because it's normally 1 light, but if your opponent controls 2 or more J rulers, you can tap it for any color. And in a format where most people are running 2 to 3 rulers due to the partners and other tag rulers, this does always see a good bit of play. Yeah, even in competitive metagame to this day. We got a nice full art super rare, Olivia Sky Splitting Thunderbolt. So even though these are duds, we're pulling nothing but super rares so far. A nice Chorus of Fallen Angels, full art. And we got the first copy of the 6th boon, Requiem Jewel. Always a fun card because this counts as a demonic world. That's just a mana rock. Okay. And your opponent has to play X more to play God's Art abilities for every demonic world, so it's at least 1 more, and after 2 turns this card pays for itself. This card cannot be banished and cannot be removed from the game. Make it overall almost permanent on your field. Your opponent has to somehow destroy it. They can't have you banish it, and they can't have you remove it from the game. We got our Astema Will coin here to go with our Astema ruler. Okay, last pack. There is the chance for a God pack here. And doesn't look like we got it. We did get good basic cards here. We got a 2nd Olivia Sky Splitting Thunderbolt. And a full art Belial's Messenger. Looks like we already pulled almost half of... So it looks like we almost got half of all the super rares we needed. We got quite a bit of good cards here. We got 2 Virgilis, so we're on a good pace to hit that playset. We just need 1 more of each of the 7th boxes there. We did get 1 of our Garons. We just need 3 more. We need to find 2 more of the remainder 3 Fallen Angels of Belial, Carlina, and Beatrix. Oh, and Dante. So yeah, there are. It's gonna be tight to fit the full play set of those, but we'll see how close we can get with just 3 boxes. If I had a full case, I could guarantee it, but let's just see here. So overall, pretty good haul. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Yeah, not here on YouTube, but on TikTok for our Force of Wednesdays. Yes. And on here, this will just be our box openings and pack openings. It's every Friday of Will. So I hope to catch you guys later. Peace.